Crazy stuff going on in China that is a fantastic wake-up call and learning experience for us. So check this out. Today, China bank protest stopped by health codes turning red. Let's see the story. A protest planned by hundreds of bank depositors in central China seeking access to their frozen funds has been thwarted because the authorities have turned their health code apps red. The depositors were planning to travel to the central province of Henan this week from across China to protest against an almost 2-month block on accessing at least $178 million of deposits, wow, which has left companies unable to pay workers and individuals unable to access savings. Rights groups have warned China could use its vast COVID surveillance network infrastructure to stifle or silence dissent. Without a green code on their smartphone app, citizens lose access to public transport in spaces such as restaurants and malls, as well as the right to travel across the country. So basically, because there was going to be a protest against the communist Chinese banks literally not allowing them to access almost $200 million worth of freaking money, they turned off their apps, turned off their QR codes. They weren't able to literally travel or do basic things because the government turned off their ability to do that. That's some scary Orwellian shit, isn't it? Well, guess what? These QR codes, health passes, basically an overall social credit system is exactly what our globalist social engineer deep state New World Order bastards want to enact in Western countries, including the United States of America. Moving on here to the Atlantic Council. This was an article that the Atlantic Council, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Atlantic Council, but they're basically a Washington, D.C. swamp rat think tank that is always putting out these narratives and basically, a pillar of our social engineers. So this was an article they wrote 2 weeks ago. Central banks are embracing digital currencies. Will the U.S. lead or follow? And this was talking about what's known as CBDCs, or central bank digital currencies. And central banks around the world want to roll out these CBDCs. And of course, with a digital currency, that means whatever you buy and wherever you buy it is essentially tracked, put on this network. And then could they shut that off at will? That's a big question, and that's a power we do not want them to have, right? So thanks, Atlantic Council, for being a bunch of deep state dumb shit shills. Next, let's move on to the media, also echoing these narratives, also trying to get us on this agenda and to believe this agenda is like the next stage of societal evolution. This is what they're trying to make us believe, is that, it's inevitable and everything's becoming so technological that we might as well, right? We might as well because convenience or whatever their excuse is going to be. This is from The Hill, which is a Washington, D.C. newspaper. Coming soon, America's own social credit system. This article is actually from a year ago, but as you can see, it kind of takes them a while to prep the minds of the public, prep a few 100 million people to begin accepting these ideas and ruminating on them. So they might take a couple of years to lay the foundation of their agenda in the media and in Hollywood, and then something like COVID comes along, or they run a bunch of fear porn about climate change, and they say, we got to do it now, or we're all going to die, so let's roll out the agenda real quick. So here you go. The Hill, mainstream media, this wasn't the only one. There's other newspapers as well, but they're all pushing the social credit system. Fantastic. And like I said, their justification for rolling it out could be a variety of different things. They could use COVID, they could use climate change, they could use, monkeypox now? Like, here we have, this was actually an article from today I found in some tech media platform. It says the Android COVID card vaccination record is available in these countries. Android's rolling it out. It's coming to iPhone too. So literally the phones, like the only phone carriers, operating systems we can get on our mobile communication devices. We think we have choice in this world. No. It's just an illusion of choice. You either get McDonald's or Burger King, Coke or Pepsi, Android or iPhone. You think you have a choice, but both options suck ass and they're owned by the same centralized powers anyway. So, boom, here they go. They're trying to roll out these COVID card vaccination records onto our phones. And then that's just one step on the slippery slope to rolling out a social credit system and getting all your dollars, all your purchases on this digital network, get all your movements, be able to, you'll have to scan this to be able to get into the restaurant, to travel around the country. That's something we can't let happen, folks. We can't let happen at all. And another, a big, what do I want to say here? A big sell, I guess, they're trying to roll out with this agenda is what's called the ESG. So if you see that acronym anywhere, it stands for Environment, Social, and Governance. Environmental, social, and governance issues continue to dominate business and investing news, as fake news Reuters says here. So ESG is the acronym that they're trying to sell us on, that they're using to basically as an umbrella term, as like an umbrella term that encompasses coronavirus stuff, it encompasses climate change. It's whatever they need to toss into that bucket to label it as important and on the agenda list. So this article that also came out today, you can see they're trying real hard to roll out these social credit systems and report on it. So ESG in the credit agreement, a closer look at sustainability-linked loan mechanics. So there's another feel-good social justice buzzword right there, sustainability. We need to all get a social credit system for sustainability to make sure we can sustain society and keep it moving, keep it running along. So ESG, be careful of that. As you probably know, recently the World Economic Forum was doing their meeting over in Switzerland, and the topic of ESG, environmental, social, and governance issues, was big on their agenda. Here is a World Economic Forum article from about 3 weeks ago. This was May 24th. Stakeholder capitalism. Over 70 companies implement the ESG reporting metrics. So as you can see, ESG is just kind of like an umbrella term for social justice, got to do it for the greater good sort of bullshit. And the World Economic Forum, those crazy, creepy, power-hungry globalists are all for it. They're all for the ESG. Over 70 companies implement the ESG reporting metrics. Great. Yay! This is not capitalism in an honest way. This is capitalism in a crony, corrupt way, all right? I'm all for free market. I'm all for capitalism, but it needs to be done honestly. And unfortunately, folks, got to be honest with ourselves. The capitalism we have in our society right now is not that honest. Not that honest. It's run by giant corporations with insane amount of dollars that, do all sorts of shady, corrupt shit. And it's not an honest capitalism we have. So, here we go. World Economic Forum. Global challenges amplified by the COVID pandemic have made ESG issues even more pressing for policymakers, boards, and executives. So whether it's COVID, whether it's, here you got it here, greenhouse gas emissions, pay equality, board diversity. Oh, God, it's going to be trans rights soon. We got to all get on a social credit score to make sure that all the disenfranchised demographics and all the races and all the genders out there can feel good. So it's, this is something we need to, number one, understand, be aware of, be conscious about. This whole ESG thing, the social credit system, how the social credit system can be used to literally create a full spectrum dominance in society for the globalists. I mean, they love it. They're creaming in their pants, thinking of every single one of us in society on a social credit system. So we got to be aware of it. We got to see how they're rolling out their agenda, and we got to fight back against it, folks. That's the reason I'm making this video for you. That's the reason I'm sounding the alarms. We cannot let our crazy, creepy globalist overlords roll out a social credit system, because that is exactly how we lose our freedom, we lose our humanity, and we lose everything that we hold sacred in our lives. So fight, my friends. Keep fighting. And I thank you for watching this video. If you're still here, number one, I thank you for still being here. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Share it around. It's through you guys is the only way I can keep doing this independent journalism for you. And one way you can support this work I do is through Locals, locals.com. I'll put a link right down there below. Go follow me on Locals. You can follow me for free. There's plenty of free good content on there. You can just hang out in my community and shoot the shit with all of us. But if you want to financially support, you can do that as well. You get some perks for financially supporting. I also upload some exclusive content here and there to Locals as well, and you'll get access to that. So I appreciate your support greatly for helping me bring this work to you. Go find me on Locals. Link below.